What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another vintage Kenner market update. I've already done one this week, but I had enough data with some items that I thought were worth talking about. There were a number of really nice early cardbacks that sold, a few loose graded items, as well as a bunch of Droids TV Series mint on card figures that I thought were worth talking about. So I just want to go ahead and dig right in. Just some more data out there. Anytime I find interesting market data, I'm going to share it with you, whether you want to, or whether you want to see it or not. So here's a 12 back A with the SKU on the footer. These are extremely popular among some of the high-end collectors because there's some of the, the earliest cardbacks that are out there. And according to my friend Jeff, who has just probably one of the best collections in the entire world, quite honestly, he said that for folks who've actually managed to put together a full run of the first 12 figures on with the SKU footers, he said there's probably less than 10 known full runs in collectors' hands. So that tells you how difficult it is to put together a full SKU footer run of all 12 figures. And I just thought that was interesting information I wanted to share. Jeff, he has got just an unbelievable collection. He's got everything, literally. He's won the collecting game. If there's a game called Star Warsing, he's won it, okay? But anyway, this is a 12 back A SKU footer C3PO. It was graded 75 by Collector Archive Services, and that sold at auction for $1,616 US or $2,200 Australian. It had 4 bids, another $44 to ship to the US. That sold yesterday. So I thought that was worth pointing out. And I don't know about the grade. It might be a little high, but it's probably on par. It's probably about right. The blister and the figure obviously look pretty much flawless, but there's some significant wear and sticker residue damage, maybe litho tear, but it looks like it's very light litho tear damage in that corner there. The rest of it just looks like sticker residue issues, and they've got that crease going there. But it's probably graded about right, is my guess. And the price kind of reflects the discount for the card damage. Here's another interesting one. This was a 12 back B AFA Luke, but it had an orange footer, and I don't know what the significance of that is. It's not labeled as such on the AFA label, but Taiwan glossy pants. I'd have to go back and look and compare this to other Lukes that are out there. But this is a really nice Taiwan Luke. I love the shininess of the pants there. That's a really nice one. I don't know if I have that one loose graded in my collection or not. It doesn't ring a bell. But what an awesome item, unpunched. AFA 80, 80, 85, 85 were the sub scores. Now it sold for $49.49, which is a big number, obviously, but on 11 bids that closed 2 days ago. But then it was immediately relisted and then fell off eBay. It was withdrawn from eBay. So I don't know what happened there, whether someone just bid it up and didn't pay, or if he sold it off eBay or what. But I thought that despite the fact that this transaction never happened, it never actually closed because the buyer never paid, I thought it was worth showing for an early 12 back Luke, especially with, I would call a variation, these early 12 backs in general, usually they're Hong Kongs from my limited knowledge of these things, but to see the Taiwan with the glossy pants, that's a really nice figure there. So anyway, $49.49 was the final winning price, but I want to disclose that it did not actually, it was relisted very quickly and then withdrawn. So here was a loose graded Leia, first 12 Leia, Hong Kong, and this is the brown belt, brown hair variation. And pictures were not great, but it was graded 85 plus by Collector Archive Services, and that one sold for $450 pretty quickly with free shipping. It seems like for any high-grade Leia, 85 to 85 plus-ish, you're in that 450 to 550 range, and then once you start getting to the 90s, all bets are off. I mean, your numbers are going to be significantly higher than that, but I thought that was worth pointing out. Here's another one that sold. This was a buy-it-now situation. This was AFA 80. This was on Brian's Toys. You can see there it's the Death Squad Commander on the 20 back. But wow, what a beautiful item there. And this one has the kit bashed rocket firing Fett on the back there. What a gorgeous item. That one sold for $1,200 plus shipping. So just another data point there for an early card back. And this one sold at auction. I thought this was worth pointing out. I've got one of these 21 back A's at Collector Archive right now. This is the Death Star droid. It did have a sticker, price sticker on the front covering Luke and Leia, but it was an AFA 80. Card was an 80. Blister and figure scores were 85. Just a beautiful example there. I think mine, I don't know where mine's going to score with Collector Archive services, but I bet it's in that same kind of range, 80 or 80 plus even. But what a gorgeous one. This one sold for $937 on 32 bids with free shipping. So just another data point for some early card backs. Now, a couple of blue Snaggletooths sold at auction. And so I wanted to do a comparison here because I thought that the price data was interesting. This was a toe dent version of a blue Snags, and it was graded 75. You can see the paint wear around the toe dent on his left right-hand boot, and some hand damage, very light damage around the belt, but you know, a nice one. It was graded AFA 75 again. That one sold for $711 plus shipping of $15, so about $725 or so for that one. But then this one sold. This one was a UKG graded 80%. This was the no toe dent version. I consider that one to be maybe a little bit more rare. Not really rare, but you know, relative to the toe dent version. So that one sold for $714 US, or 530 Great British pounds plus shipping. And that one was that was in the UK. That one was in the UK. But anyway, I just thought it was an interesting data point that this one sold for $711, and it's the less rare version of Snaggletooth with the toe dent and lower grade. And then the UKG version with the newer case and a higher grade sold for about the same price. So I don't know whether that is a function of people, you know, just not bidding on this one because it was overseas, or if it's because it's UKG versus AFA graded. But I thought it was worth pointing out those data points. Here's another nice one. Man, this one was gorgeous. This was an AFA 75 21 back R2-D2. I mean, really any R2-D2 on an ESB card back is really nice because, you know, they stopped doing the first 12 R2-D2s on, I guess, the 41 back ESBs. But this one, it was really pretty. It shows a lot better than a 75 grade, in my opinion, from the front anyway. It's got that Toy City sticker up there in the right-hand corner. I thought that was nice, a nice little touch. But anyway, that one sold for $10.25 with free shipping. I thought that was a really nice item. And you know, like I said, it shows a lot better from the front. You can see the damage on the back of the card back there that hurt the score. That seemed like really harsh scoring. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I'd have to like really look at it in more detail. But that 70 grade for the card score seems really harsh for that item. Here was an ungraded 32 back Stormtrooper, unpunched, really clean example. I thought about bidding on this one, but I need a break. Okay, I need a break. I need a break on action figures. But this one sold for $525. Really nice crystal clear bubble blister, and probably an 80 grade overall minimum, I would think. But what a beautiful item. That one sold for $525 for a 32 back Stormtrooper. This one really kind of confused me. I don't know why this one sold so high, but this one was, I mean, I know the Jawas are pretty desirable on the ESB cardbacks for whatever reason. I mean, we just saw one in my last market update that was a 45 back 80 plus grade ESB Jawa, and that one sold for around $810, I believe. I'm going on memory. So this one was a 41 back, so slightly earlier and higher grade, but that sold for $1,450. I mean, that's a big number, and I just think, again, it's a testament to, you know, once you hit 85 grade, overall 85 grades for these vintage card backs, you're going to be paying a pretty big premium. It's hard to tell because this photo is so blurry, and I'm not trying to accuse any seller of any kind of shenanigans here, but you know, that blister looks like it's starting to yellow a little bit, and you know, maybe it's just me, but if you look there in this corner, you can see where it's starting to yellow a little bit. So actually, I take it back. Never mind. I'm an idiot. It was already labeled as such. It was already labeled as such on the label, on the AFA label. So that to me even makes this number even crazier, because, you know, the one that was an 80 plus 45 back, that one was a crystal clear bubble. This one is a yellowed, and it was labeled as such on the AFA label. So I'm sorry, that's my fault. It's still early, folks. I'm recording this right now at 6:23 a.m. So bear with me here. But anyway, that one sold for $14.50. $14.50 for a yellow blister Jawa. That's a really high number in my opinion for a yellow blister ESB cardback. I just feel like you can do better than that. You know, for that kind of money, you should be able to get that for a clear blister, and for, you know, I bet a clear blister at auction. This one sold, you know, buy it now situation too. But I think a clear blister at auction for this exact same item, exact same grade, would probably still sell for less than $14.50. Personal opinion, take it or leave it. Here's another one that was a yellowed. This was yellowed 80 plus Return of the Jedi. This one looks nice though. Really, you know, Return of the Jedi. There's archival case. These 77 backs almost always yellow, but this one was very light yellowing, really, relative to some of the ones I've seen over the years. And it was best offer accepted at $500 plus shipping. I thought that was a great price, really great price for that item. It shows really nicely. And then I want to dig in because there's a bunch of for whatever reason, I think it's the same seller for a lot of these, but there were, I think, one or two that were not the same seller. But there were a bunch of Droids TV Series, ungraded, as well as one graded that sold. This one, obviously, a heavily yellowed Uncle Gundy. That one sold for $293 on 11 bids. So very, very nice, extremely minor wear overall. But that one was nice. And then here is the Keziban with the coin, and it had a little bit of damage there around the hang tab. It looked like it might have, you know, the tear might have even be fully torn. It looks like it to me. If it's not, it's got to be on the verge there. So probably a 70 grade at best. Obviously very yellow too. That one sold for still $306 plus $20 shipping. And then we had the Jan Tosh. That's also heavily yellowed, but in pretty good shape overall otherwise. A little bit of litho damage down here in that corner. It's just lipping, you know, it's starting to pull away there in the corner. But that one sold for $170 plus $20 shipping. Another interesting data point. Then we get into a couple of really big boy items, and I was a little surprised by the final sales prices for some of these. I know that Tig Fromm goes for big money, and for whatever reason, it seems like Tig Fromm doesn't yellow that much. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's a different factory or what, but that, you know, almost all Tig Fromms on the Droids cardback never yellow, and maybe that, you know, that combined with the fact that this character and this cardback were not produced in nearly the same amount of numbers, or there's just maybe not nearly as many survivors as some of those other figures, but. That one still sold for $715 plus shipping. We've seen him even in higher grade than this. You can see the damage there at the hang tab. It's at best probably a 70 grade because of the damage up there. But, you know, in higher grade, I've seen that sell for $900 to $1,000. So I don't know. To me, this one seems like an overpay. It's a really nice item, but I think if you spent a couple $100 more, you could have gotten a better deal on a higher grade item there. It'd been worth saving for another month or 2 months to find that one at a higher grade, in my opinion. And this one really confused me. This one, you know, I was thinking 1200-ish maybe at the high end for this, but Sice From obviously is another one that was not produced in high numbers, but it had pretty major damage. It's probably a 60 grade overall. Another one that's usually clear blister, very rarely yellows. But that price was shocking, $1,727, $1,727 plus shipping there, so about $1,750 overall. But the damage was pretty significant. You can see the torn hang tab there and all the creasing. That's, like I said, probably about a 60 grade. But that number seems really, really high to me. But that was at auction. Both of those were at auction. That one sold for 39 bids, and it might just be that's the new price, you know. That's kind of the new going rate for Sice From. But he's one that is pretty tough to find and very, very expensive. And he's very ugly. He reminds me a little bit of Chris W., you know, from some of my live streams. He's got a very similar look to him. Shots fired, Chris. Here's another one that was really nice. This is an AFA 75 Droid C3PO. Very light yellowing. I mean, sometimes you can find this one with pretty heavy yellowing, but the yellowing was pretty light on this one. It was an overall 75. That one sold for $920 on free shipping. I thought that price was great. I mean, you know, once you hit the 80 grade, that's gonna be in the $1,000 plus range very regularly, if not, you know, closer to $1,500. So I think for what that was and for the grade it was, I know that it had some, you know, some damage there, just some, you know, having having that torn sticker, I think, detracts a little bit from the aesthetics of it, and I think that might be part of why it's sold so low. But I don't know, for what that is, that's a pretty good price if you ask me. Finally, I want to end it on one bootleg. I know that hardly any of you care about bootlegs, but there are a few of you. Jay, I'm looking at you. And Lee, I'm looking at you. But this was a really nice third generation Polish bootleg, fully articulated example. These came out in about the mid 1990s. It had that really nice pink color. I've got a pink one, but it's a different color pink. It's like a darker pink. I like this one a lot better. And it sat for a while. It was listed at $250 for a while, and I had it on my watch list, and I was like, do I really need another one of these? No. But anyway, it dropped down to 200, and it sold pretty quickly thereafter. But I just wanted to point that one out because I love these bootlegs, and I feel like the Polish bootlegs are really starting to jump up in price. Anytime you see them get listed in the bootleg group on Facebook, they tend to go for pretty big money now. And with some rare exceptions, it seems like these AT-AT drivers are becoming popular. It seems like the AT-AT driver, I'm excluding the really big ones like the Deluxe series and things like that, but it seems like the AT-AT driver and the Biker Scout are the two most heavily collected for these Polish bootleg third generations, that people just love collecting the different color variations. So anyway, that's all I really had for this kind of quick update. It was kind of a midweek, bunch of auctions and buy it nows that ended kind of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time frame. So I just thought I'd share some of them, and hope everyone's doing well, and thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.